Welcome back, Daily Show. It's a Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock hour rolls on through this third day of the third month, Party Day. I didn't know that was what it was called until about a year ago. If it's the first day it's the month and the day matchup, it's Party Day.
Okay.
I don't know if that means you go and party. I don't know. It's a tie-in. Not my best, but it is a tie-in. We're here to talk about the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. Their spotlight on their members. Erin Bickle, Refuge, new member of the council. We got Father Garron Daniels from the Episcopal Parish of Alton. How are we doing today?
Good.
Very good.
It's always great to talk to the members of the council and, really just great to hear the insights of the community that happen, within those meetings. And Erin, this was your, first foray really into the business council. Take me through, how that came to be and your experience that first time around the horn.
Yeah. So I actually, believe it or not, I didn't even know about the Alton Business Council, and we received a generous donation from the council that came through OSF for hosting, and they picked a nonprofit. So I actually just went to the meeting to thank them. And when I got there, I'm like, wow, there's so many great businesses and organizations and people, leaders in the community that attend this. And I really liked it. And I went back and I'm like, I'm joining.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. So that's how I came in contact with that council.
Did you like Zeke's one-liners throughout
yes,
the meeting?
Zeke, he makes the meeting. He's why I joined.
Well, and Father Daniels, at the Episcopal Parish of Alton, it's all about community. That's a big part of what you guys do, and it seems like you really get an opportunity to really connect at those meetings. Take me through just your interpretation of the meetings and how they work for you in the parish.
Yeah, they're great. I was invited initially by Tom Harris, who's a member of our parish, but he's also well known in the community. He's a great guy. And I was just impressed by all the different business leaders across the community coming together for a meal and for good presentations. And I've just had a positive experience. I've learned more about what makes up the community and all the different aspects of it. I mean, there was a presentation, what was a 1 month about, the trash and how's the trash handled? I thought, could this possibly be that interesting? But it was informative and it helped me know better the community. So it's been a great experience to be on the council and to get to know so many business leaders. And it's the very thing that's helped me, be better connected with people here and know what are the needs of our community.
Fantastic. And, going into that, you guys both have some really big things coming down the pipeline and some big milestones. Mm-hmm. And if you're at the part of the business council, you can hear all about them once a month. And the next one's March the 11th. That's going to be next Tuesday. And really just a great thing to be our March 10th. Sorry. And that's next Tuesday. And a great thing to be a part of. 190 for the Episcopal Parish. That's a big milestone.
It is. 190.
How's the church feeling about the anniversary year? And then what are some of the ways that you guys are recognizing it?
Yeah, we're all really, really excited. As we keep saying, for 190 years old, we look pretty good. And we're very happy for it. We're all so excited for this anniversary year. And part of the celebration comes in twofold. We have a capital campaign we've launched to help with our buildings, but it goes far beyond our buildings. Where we're trying to raise $250,000. As of yesterday morning, we've hit about 75% of the goal.
Wow.
So we're getting a lot of great support. Certainly could use more. And it's more than just, brick and mortar stuff. It's making sure that this parish continues for another 190 years to be a beacon of hope in the community that it has been. And then part of the celebration is July 4th weekend. We have events all throughout July 4th weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Just amazing events, from a jazz concert to a historic service that uses a 1789 prayer book to having the bishop present for some really special services as well. So those are like some of our big celebrations is the launch of the campaign and then our celebrations 4th of July.
You can see the event calendar from the Episcopal Parish of Alton online at episcopalton.org. You guys have a full calendar, and I love it. I love that you can download it right to your phone and really follow along that way. If you want to donate, you can click on the Donate Now tab, click Donate, and there's a couple of options. There is the capital campaign that you can contribute to. That's right here, and you can help contribit to that, but also a lot of different programs and different services to contribute to as well.
Absolutely.
Really cool. Yeah. Well, and going into more big news, and we'll talk about more of the events coming up here after the flip side of the break, but Erin, hope is in full bloom.
Yes.
And this is going to be April the 30th. And what a really great event. Galen Elmore is going to be there, and really a great way to showcase Refuge, the work you do, and really the impacts that, the work you do can make on a community and on a child.
Yeah. We're super excited for this year, and hope in full bloom. That's exactly our mindset and our belief for all of these children that are referred to us that are coming from really hard places. We want them to know that their future is filled with hope and that this community is behind them 100%. And the way the community gets behind them is by knowing about us.
Yeah.
And so April is Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month. So we have always hosted our annual event, our dinner, to raise funds for this program in April. And this year we're just super excited because we have a young man from Illinois, originally from Illinois, an Illinois kid who unfortunately was part of the foster care system. And he doesn't stay hung up too much on his experience in our foster care system, though it was not a great experience for him. He really focuses on community and connection, and how connection is really what brings hope and brings change and brings, hope in full bloom.
Right.
And so I just truly believe that his message aligns perfectly with Refuge and with this community. And one of my board members, as we were talking about him, I heard him, he was a keynote speaker for Prevent Child Abuse Illinois one year. And I said, I'd love to get him, but we just don't spend money on speakers for a fundraising dinner.
Why? Because you have a true mission. And that's what I think is always, and I'm not to put words in your mouth, but that's why I love what you do, because it's not, okay, let's go put on this $100,000 event and take that away from what we could be doing.
No, because at the end of the day, we want to serve more children. We have a wait list. We want to be able to take all of our funds and turn it back around. But I had a board member that said, get him, kid. I'm going to write the check. And I, almost fell over because that was not the intention of my conversation with him. But that just goes to speak to the generosity and the belief that community members and stakeholders surrounding us have in these kids and in the future of our community.
There are two thoughts on that. The first one is just to connect our audience more, because you have been on the show before talking about Refuge a couple of years back. Just an overview of the work that you guys do each and every day that ties into this event.
Yeah, so we are in Madison County, and we are serving children here in our community that have experienced complex traumas like domestic violence, physical abuse, sexual abuse, neglect, community crime, community violence, addiction in their home. And these are traumas that are not one and done, but are typically ongoing in their life. And so we really step in whenever these children are identified as having difficulties, whether it's behaviorally, emotionally. Some of our kids are getting kicked out of daycares because of behaviors, or the school system's having a difficult time, or they're just very depressed and anxious. And so we step in and we provide intervention for them, to counseling intervention, to really kind of rename that narrative and let them know that there is hope, and that, most of the time this is generational. To break the cycle. And we want to break that cycle. And so we focus on young children. So our mission really focuses on birth to 11. Like 32% of our kids right now are under 5 that come to us. And so we want to focus on intervening early, so that later on the outcomes in their life are much better.
Well, I'm sure too, and I'm no expert in this, but it just would make sense that, if a child that's going through mental or emotional or physical distress of any kind, and I can only imagine, some of the situations that you're helping that child through. But I could only imagine it's impossible to really develop, healthily as a child and learn how to read, the right, and be able to really develop those really important skills. And I didn't know if you had any thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. And that's why our mission is really early intervention. It's not that we don't care about adolescents or adults, but we know that the brain develops the most rapidly during your first 3 years of life and really your first 6 years of life. And so imagine if you've got a child living in domestic violence or living in a home with addiction or in a community riddled with crime, gun violence, their brain is being developed just like in a really disruptive way. They're hypervigilant. They're constantly dysregulated. And so we want to get in because we know now that the brain has plasticity and that we can change the brain and we can build new pathways of safety and of healing. And so hope is in full bloom. And that's what we're working to do.
If you guys have an opportunity, this is refugeforkids.org is the name of the website. Here's the homepage so you know what it looks like. But this blue little box over here, I have it zoomed in because I can't see too good. It says donate, and it'll take you to opportunities where you can make donations. Today, whether it's a one-time, an in-kind, or a monthly donation, where you can really help so many children. And I think it's eye-opening for anyone that really ever looks at statistics that are provided by the county, especially as we go into April of, the work being done through different, court divisions and also through different organizations to really help these children. And it's really the hits close to home because you don't realize that, all the children that need help in our own backyard.
Yeah.
Father, you were talking about community earlier, and I think it ties in with Erin so well in a way, too, because you guys, grow within communities and just hearing about the connections that have been made. Really helping that mission, on both fronts. And, Father, as you sit and you meet with individuals in the community and you hear about different organizations, do you find it an interesting position to be in at the church because you're able to not only observe community members that are really passionate about what they're doing, your own parishioners that are passionate about what they're doing, but I'm sure a connecting dots moment for, how the church can support those members, those businesses, and grow the community together. Any thoughts there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the biggest problem we have at times as churches, and sometimes even as organizations, right, is we have good work that we have to do, but sometimes we work in silos, right, where we work very, very siloed off, just in our own trench, trying to get through whatever we're trying to get through. But I found time and time again, when we reach out to one another, when we talk to one another, there are a lot of connections that can be made and support that can be given, right? I might be only able to do so much with the people I have, with the money I have. But if I partner with someone else, with their people, with their money, we can do a whole lot more. And we've shown that. We've been working side by side with First Presbyterian on some projects. We've worked with Main Street Methodist. We worked with Alton Mission recently, and we're trying to work more with Alton Mission. We're working with Crisis Food and trying to support OWL. And what I'm finding time and time again is we can do a whole lot more and create a bigger impact when we work together. Right, because we're all trying to do similar things, whether you're someone of faith or you don't have faith at all, or whatever it is, we're all trying to help and care for this community because we love this community, and we're just much better off when we work together.
Absolutely. Amen. Before we take a quick break, just wanted to give you the details here of the Hope in Full Bloom Build the Refuge fundraising dinner. This is going to be fantastic. Thursday, April the 30th, the Commons at Lewis and Clark. They do a great job. Who's your caterer? Is it
Bella Milano.
Oh, that's going to be perfect. You got Galen Elmore. That's going to be their former NCAA and NFL athlete. He has a great story, and I've heard a little bit of it before, but to really, I think, get to really hear it and really absorb it will be great for folks. There's different sponsorships that are available, and we'll come back and talk about all those, but we'll take a quick break first. I got to pay a bill. You stay there, and we'll be here in the studio.
At Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu, we help students of all ages build confidence, discipline, and real-world strength. Join a supportive community that challenges you to grow both on and off the mat. Experience the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with a 7-day free trial at our new location. Call 618-795-2692 or visit altonelite.com to start your journey today. Train hard, serve others, live elite at Alton Elite Jiu-Jitsu. When you need a project done right, on budget and on time, trust Gillahan Concrete. Gillahan handles every kind of project, big and small. Commercial, industrial, residential, from room additions and garages to patios, driveways, and more. Gillahan brings quality and experience to every job. Family owned with over 30 years of service to our community. Call today at 618-781-3914 or visit GillahanConcrete.com.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today. Daily Show. Welcome back. 10 o'clock hour rolls on through. I am so over this weather. You know, we were just talking. We got a couple of more days of this, actually over a week, but my voice is already getting raspy. I feel like I'm 95 going into the wrap up here. Going back into this, there are a couple of ways that you can support Refuge when it comes to their Hope in Full Bloom Build a Refuge fundraising dinner. And Erin, take me through the sponsorship and incentive opportunities there.
Yeah, so we have great partnership with many businesses and local trades that help sponsor this event. We have many different levels. They start at a Pinwheel Pal that is $750, and they go, as you can see, all the way up. Our Title Legacy Leader sponsorship is sold, but
good job.
But we have Angel Advocates, Family Friend, Safe Haven Hero, and so we just love that this community of businesses and stakeholders really make this event possible. And the sponsorships take care of the entire dinner, and then a lot of the money still just directly goes to serving the kids.
That's fantastic.
Which is at the end of the day what people want to do. They want to provide hope and healing for our future.
Oh, and if it's okay, I always like to give your sponsors some love too. Phillips 66.
Yeah.
Is this for this year?
That is I believe the 2025.
25.
I'm sorry.
Oh no,
yeah,
it's okay. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, but we do. We have a lot of those same sponsors are repeat. Fantastic. The refinery is wonderful to us. They always sponsor our event. Gay and Barry, Julian. We've got a lot of the union trades on board this year. The IBEW, the local pipe fitters. Plumbers, the operators union. I'm supposed to be meeting with the Southwest Building Trades Association. And so it's just wonderful. Helm Camp. I mean, many contractors, fantastic. Sutterfield Electric, Wagner, Bickle. I mean, the trades, the construction community has just stepped up and been wonderful this year in particular. So yeah, so we're super excited. OSF, BJC, they're always great partners of ours. And so local churches, we invite to partner with us. And as you said, Father, we're better together. And that's our whole message. We are better together.
100%. Well, and, you know, as we bounce back over to you, Father, you were telling me about some of the events coming up this, some of them, when your event calendar literally needed chapters to go through. And so take me through, where can we come in and stop in and participate and just have a good time with Episcopal Parish of Alton? Yeah,
well, first, I encourage always looking at our calendar on our website, and if not that, we're pretty active on Facebook, Episcopal Parish of Alton, and that's where we list a lot of our events, but upcoming...
I mean, look at that back.
Yeah, I know. My own personal calendar looks much worse. My wife sometimes wants access to it, and I say, no, I don't think you do. It'll stress you out. So we have a lot going on right now. We're in the midst of our Lenten series, which is in partnership with Chestnut Health Systems, where we are becoming a recovery-friendly congregation, learning how we can better be there for people who are unhoused or going through addiction, because we're a downtown church. church, and we see it all the time. So that's happening right now every Wednesday of Lent at 5:30 with a prayer service, a free soup supper, and then a really great presentation. The next one will be tomorrow at 5:30. Upcoming on March 13th, we have a fish fry at 6 o'clock. And then the next day on March 14th, we have a very special concert with partnership with Christ Church Cathedral in downtown St. Louis, Pergelosi's Stabat Mater, which is a concert that focuses on the crucifixion through the eyes of Mary. What did Mother Mary experience and the sorrows of losing her son? And so it's going to be very special. And then, of course, 4th of July weekend, really, I encourage people, mark July 3rd through the 5th. You're busy because there's a lot of celebrations happening that weekend. And we'll be posting about all of that on our calendar, on our website, on our Facebook. So certainly stay tuned for everything, all the big celebrations for our 190th for 4th of July weekend.
Absolutely. You can also see service times online at the website as well. That'll take you right there to it. And again, I thought I zoomed out so I could see better, but now I realize I can't see it all, and I need to go call Heinz or something, you know.
I just want to say thank you that you are a recovery church.
Oh yeah, it's so important.
You are a church that is educating yourself and educating your parishioners and serving that population because. Yeah. Man, we need more of that.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say on the calendar, you'll see there are 3 different AA groups that meet throughout the week, and then also an ACA meeting, Adult Children of Alcoholics. Oh, yeah. One of our AA groups has been there for 50 years. So this is a long time thing, but there's certainly more we can learn and be better for our community. And so it's a really great program that Chestnut Health is
That's great
putting
because
on.
that's really what the church is for, to be open
that's
to
exactly
everybody.
right.
And I just love that.
We're there for the sick, not the healthy.
Yeah.
No,
That.
That's today's Bible study, actually.
That's good. That's what we forget that.
I like that a lot.
We forget that, but that's what we're for.
And, before I let you go, Erin, April is Child Abuse Awareness Month, correct?
Yes.
And, this is one that I'll be honest with you, I hate talking about it because it shouldn't happen. And it's great, though, that there's organizations like yours and so many others in this county of ours and throughout the region that do great work on all fronts of child abuse. What do you, take me through the work that you do in partnership with the county and all of those great organizations throughout the month of April to really bring awareness to this.
So on Wednesday, April 1st at 9 a.m., our county, we are having our Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month kickoff to where stakeholders in the community that are serving children and families, and then local leaders, the county, the Child Advocacy Center, Refuge, RiverBend Family Ministries, we're all coming together with Prevent Child Abuse Illinois to do our county's kickoff, where Sheriff Connor is going to read a proclamation that just states that Madison County is eyes and ears for our children, and that in the month of April in particular, although all 12 months of the year, 365 days a year, we are eyes and ears for children, but we're really going to highlight and have a lot of prevention awareness, education, social media stuff, to just remind the community that we are the eyes and ears. And child abuse, unfortunately, hits every single demographic. It's not just in the projects. It's not just on the other side of the railroad tracks. It's in Edwardsville. It's in the wealthiest neighborhoods, and it's in the poorest neighborhoods.
Well, and too, and you know this 10 times better than me, but child abuse comes in so many different forms. And I think the ones that we're used to seeing, I think it just make our heads spin if we learn just some of the other really awful things. And that's why I think it ties in to have you both on the show, because as we go into April, I'm sure there's so many children out there that do maybe feel lost. And that's, if you're watching us out here sometime or you just kind of stumble upon it, just know that if you need to turn to your faith, there's great organizations that can help you with that and really give you the most spiritual, guidance you can too. And Erin, just keep up the good work because it's tough to talk about. And, I love seeing the stats because we know that the work's being done, but it's just an awful stat to still see that it's still out there too. But we need you guys, and thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Father.
Yes,
thank you.
Thank you.
We're out of time. We'll take a quick break, and we're going to come back and wrap up the 10 o'clock hour next.